Yeah, so we're standing around a wave defense base at about the time to build some LDS because that's what we're talking about today, and belt delay because the LDS is pretty straightforward. It's the same blueprint that we used for the green chips and also the red chips, but spaced slightly differently so we can get 3 belts of stuff down the middle, because that seems pretty, that's a good way of doing stuff. Makes things easy. I should have materials on these belts at the same time, but, don't worry about that, it's fine. Yeah, this is going to be half of the LDS I'll eventually build, and the rest of the plan is just to, like, kludge it in wherever it fits. Maybe it fits over here. Maybe it shares an output belt with the RCUs, that's fine. Maybe it actually goes over here. And yeah, it goes over there. Maybe even kludge these guys through here. And then just have all the materials on the RCUs working their way towards the silo, because that's where everything needs to go, and that's good for belt delay, which is the thing I said I was going to be talking about today. Because there's actually 2 kinds of belt delay in Factorio. There's the normal things moving down a belt delay that everyone's pretty familiar with. And there are 3 types of belt that determines how much belt delay you're going to get, and it's pretty straightforward. There's a couple of places where that matters in speedrunning. Maybe, getting things towards a silo. Mixed builds are good for reducing belt delay. Sometimes we'll also red belt RCUs or something like that. Mostly it doesn't matter. There's another kind of belt delay which we can see here, because these 2 belts of copper are pushing into this new build significantly more slowly than the rate at which any individual item flows down a belt. And I think I might call this new build delay, because what's happening is the earlier assembler, the assemblers quotes earlier in the build are taking their internal buffers of stuff, and that's delaying how long. It's delaying the ingredients reaching the later assemblers, and then also this is still half of the build. There's the stuff over here as well. So this is a more complicated kind of belt delay that almost never matters. This might be the only place it matters, and yeah, it might not even matter for wave defense of more than 70 minutes. Maybe between 50 and 60 minutes it matters. But it's also a more complicated thing, because it depends on the recipe, it depends on how big the internal buffers are, it depends on the belt, depends on the inserters and the inserter capacity bonus. Like, one of the things we'll see here is because the long-headed inserters are better, faster than normal inserters, this plastic really struggles to get into the middle of this LDS build, because it's just being grabbed by all these inserters who are satisfying their own machine. So, like, this is the second reason why I'm hand feeding stuff. The first reason is because I'm building so much LDS that I'm building more LDS than can be supported by 2 belts of copper, and so I need to hand feed that anyway. And the second reason I'm hand feeding is to get these later assemblers online earlier and to fill up all the internal buffers so that the belts will continue all the way into the build, and so the materials can be supplied to all the assemblers who can build everything and get everything done. Because I don't want to be waiting on LDS. Like, I want LDS to just get done, because the last thing I'm expecting to deal with is RCUs, which don't look dealt with at all. They're all kind of building up because we're doing other things at the moment. But yeah, that's essentially the LDS plan. Build more of it than my belts can support, hand feed it to get around that, and also to get everyone online quickly. It's a kind of belt delay that almost never matters. Maybe the only other place it matters is if you've got an ammo belt going past a bunch of gun turrets, because their people might have seen the earlier gun turrets satisfying their internal buffers before letting any ammo go past, and then other later gun turrets further down the line not having anything. And that's kind of a similar thing as we're dealing with here, except in an industrial rather than a military capacity. But yeah, that's basically the LDS plan. A lot of LDS, get it online quickly, hand feeding, similar green chips blueprint. Yeah, get that done, then go back to worrying about the RCUs, which are usually the issue. So yeah, and it's nighttime again. This is a good time to call the video. Yeah, wave defense, belt delay.